Okay, so this is gonna be kind of weird. I don't know if my which videos to put first. Okay, so I probably will be taking down the video prior to this one with the swearing. I did figure out how to get um my the live video I made on the wrong channel. Um, I've got it downloaded onto my computer, and I'm gonna try uploading it on the right channel. The audio is fine, but towards the end, the video freezes some. So just, take it as a radio podcast, if you will. But it's really, I think it's a really good and interesting topic, music and mood and anxiety. Um, excuse me, I've got um, allergies. Um, so I guess this one will have to go up first because it's the explanation. Um, but I realized that in my video, I failed to talk about music and mania, and there really is something to say there. So, this is I'm gonna make it in parts, so it, like part one, part two, so it makes sense. I tried to mash it together on my the software I use to make videos, and for some reason, it won't put the whole video. It only puts 20 minutes of it, and the video is 40 minutes. So I'm not, maybe because it free something towards, I don't know. So I couldn't make it one long one. So, um, so basically, you're going to get this explanation, um, and which will be part one, and part two. Well, this one will be, I can make more about. Um, anyway, and then the missing one that was on the other channel, no, part two, and part three, mania and music. So we'll get it all in there and in an order that makes sense. Um, so for a long, long, long time, when something would mess up or wouldn't go right, or I couldn't figure something out, I would get very irate. And if you happen to be the only person around, I would find some reason to scream and yell at you. I throw things and break things, and I wouldn't be able to do anything because it was like a blockage. It was like a constipation of the brain. I could not figure how to fix it. I just knew it didn't go how I wanted it to, and I was furious. And it would happen so fast, and I could not stop it. I would be there experiencing it, and know it was happening and not being able to stop it, and I have had that problem since I was a teenager, um, which I did have bipolar disorder then. But it's not unusual for teenagers to have outbursts, but not an adult to have a tantrum and to take it out on people and not be able to stop themselves. And um, so it would be, I would have to take medication to bring me down just so I could get to the next day. I would have to ask, and maybe try again. But usually I had to ask for help or accept that I was incapable of fixing this and I was just going to have to live with it. And it's very frustrating trying to describe to somebody that I can't do this. I don't think you understand. My brain is not functioning, and it's frustrating because I know it's not normal. And so um, I found that usually when I'm in the mixed episode, I get that. That's a big, big symptom, and destroy relationships. And um, my mom was ready to move out of the house and destroy things that I own that cost money and I regret, phones and stuff, record players, laptops, smashing, like pounding the screen. And that's one thing my dog is trained to detect is when I'm starting to get like that. Like I start hitting my fists on my knees or tapping my head. He disrupts that behavior and gets my focus off. Um, but this is I hate to keep saying this, but I haven't had so much of a problem with it since I've been taking the CBD oil until the other day when I found out I recorded a live again on the wrong channel. And I mean, it's okay to be angry. Just be people with bipolar disorder are allowed to be angry about stuff. But it was the first time that got me. It wasn't as bad as it used to be. I was able to think and not just go on a rampage. I was able to talk myself, maybe I go to bed now, we'll fix it tomorrow. You don't know that it can't be fixed, you have to go to bed now. Because the other part of my brain was, we're not going to bed until we fix it. And I would never have been able to fix it in that state of mind. And I think that as soon as other people know that irritability and anger outbursts are a symptom, that every time you're angry about something, it's attributed to your disorder, when in fact everybody gets angry about things, and you, as someone with bipolar disorder, can become angry legitimately, and a lot of people forget that. So, same goes with feeling really good and happy, feeling really sad. You know, just like everyone else, we have normal emotions. But anyway, I luckily it wasn't as bad as it used to be. But I did um, get on here and swear, so I felt bad about that. Um, okay, so, oh, and by the way, I'm gonna be dyeing my hair. You can barely see it. It's like a dandelion yellow. So, I'm waiting to do it on Tuesday because I have a new client on Monday, and I don't want my first appointment with her to be with, what if something goes wrong and it's horrible. So, okay. I think I fix the problem as much as it can be fixed. So there's really no use being angry about it. I now have a big sign here that says check channel. But I'm going to have to do something different. To remember to, because I have a personal channel that has that I subscribe to YouTube, so I don't have commercials, and I watch stuff on that. I don't really use it for uploading videos much. I just watch stuff on it, and this channel you wouldn't know, like, you wouldn't know those two channels are the same person, and that's how I want it. Anybody that has access to my personal, which is Pretty Bear, channel, they don't need to be on my channel about bipolar disorder unless I invite them. And I don't want people from my bipolar disorder videos to see. I like to keep them separate. I did several years ago. I did have, when I was in a record collection, record collectors guild, I think. I was really nice to this guy because he was having a hard time, and I bought records from him, and it turned into like a really weird stalking situation because next thing I know he's saying he's on his way to where I live and we're gonna run off together, and it was very bizarre. So unless I have invited someone into one of these worlds, I like to keep them separate. But sometimes I forget that I'm on the other channel. So, and they don't make it so you can just take a video back, like put it on both, get it from one channel, which I think is silly. If they're both your channels, you should be able to take a video you made and posted on this channel to another channel that you have. But you have to use software to download it to your computer and then re-upload it, and the quality gets is affected sometimes. So there's that explanation. So So this next coming video will be followed by Manic in music, Mania in music. Sorry for the poor video quality. I hope you listen and get something out of it. And life goes on.